Hey Chase family! Okay, so I want to share our love story because even though we don't have kids yet, we are our own little family, and when we have our own kid, we'll be even happier. So I was at the homeless shelter here in Knoxville, Tennessee, after I caused some problems at home. And I was 18, I was scared, I was still in high school, and I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? Well, the night I got there, there was this guy just staring at me, like, all night in his walker, and he was just watching me, and I was kind of freaked out at first. And then it was time to shower, and I went up to shower, and this woman walks up behind me and says, like, the guy, he was in a wheelchair at that time, but the guy in the wheelchair thinks you're really cute, my friend. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll talk to him and meet him. I was kind of scared. I didn't think it would turn into anything because I was still dating someone at the time. I thought it would just be like a friendship thing, but we'll see what happens. So I talked to him, and he seemed really nice, and we just started talking. Then it was bedtime. The night just kind of went really quickly. And then the next day, it was really cold. It was like 30 degrees. And with the shelter rules, we could only sit across from each other in the room. We couldn't sit right next to each other. So we sat outside on these benches and scooted close together and just sat there talking for 2 hours straight. And it was really nice. He told me about his parents dying. He told me about how what had happened to get him homeless, about being divorced and all this stuff. I opened up about my mental illnesses and why I was at the shelter, and it was just so nice. And I think from then on, I knew he was the guy for me. So I called my boyfriend and broke up with him. It was long distance. It was a high school relationship. It probably would have lasted forever anyway. So I called him, broke up with him, and then I asked him on a date. And from then on, it was just pure chemistry. A few days later, he kissed me for the first time. It was so special. It was really special, and I said I love you after a week, and he didn't say it back right away. But then something happened where another person was flirting with me, and I was honest with him and told him how creeped out I was because this guy was older, and he said, I love you back. And I was so happy to have him say I love you back to me. That was the best moment of my life. And then about a month into our relationship, I proposed to him. We had a mutual love of crosswords, where we filled out crosswords every night at dinner. And so I created a crossword. I told him I would propose at some point, but he didn't know it was right then, so I created a crossword. He had to fill it out, and it said, spelled out, will you marry me? And he said yes, and he got me a ring, I think a week later, and it didn't fit. It only fit on my pinky. But while this was going on, I was still in high school. I was a senior. I graduated in May, but by April, I had gotten my first government check from SSI. My mom had applied for me in around October the year before, September, something like that. And I got the check, and right from then on, I started looking for housing everywhere that I could think of. I was applying to housing. Then I get a call in October, early October, saying we have an apartment open, and we're we'll take it. I was so excited. it was going to be out of that shelter, out of the cold, out of the lack. Like, I hated needing help from people. So we would no longer need help for food or shelter or, like, bathing supplies or hygiene products or anything like that. And I just felt so elated with what was happening. So we waited, and then by mid-November, we finally got to move in. It was so exciting. We had our own apartment, and we had, like, we were going to a church in Clinton, Tennessee, and when I say they helped us out immensely. I mean, there was a woman giving away all this furniture, and we got all of it. We got side tables, we got a dining table for my grandparents, we got a couch, we got a mattress, we got everything, and then from the shelter, we got a box of, like, pots and pans and blankets and stuff like that, some cleaning supplies. We were so blessed, guys. It was crazy how God was showing his face. Well, while we were at the shelter, we had started, he was a recovering alcoholic, and I was a recovering self-harmer, and I later found out codependent woman. So, we had started going to Celebrate Recovery, which is a church biblically based program for addicts. It is all about the 12 steps, all about community, all about friendship, all about supporting one another, and it was so good. And we loved our church in Clinton, Tennessee, but it was so far, and we had to rely on transportation to get there. Like, we couldn't take the bus. It was out of the bus line. And then I decided to go one Sunday to the church that does Celebrate Recovery, found that they had a carpool, and we took the carpool, and I just loved it. And then he came that Easter, and I told him, and like, this is our church. And we just started going. It's just on Wednesdays they had like Sunday schools and Bible studies and things like that, or Wednesday programs, whatever. So we went to that. In October, we decided to get married. It was lots of preparation. We found a great catering company. We had people video our wedding for us. We got everything we needed. It was the best day of my entire life. And, ever since then, we're about 7 months from our year anniversary right now. Since then, he's gotten a job. He's working 32 hours a week. We have a fur baby who we love and adore. He's also my ESA, my emotional support animal. I'm going to therapy and on meds and slowly tapering off meds so we can try to conceive. And then I'm also looking into a volunteer position and maybe some babysitting on the side so we can save up money sooner. God has just blessed us immensely. We have a car now. I mean, I could not be happier. So, when they say God is good, He is legitimately the best in the world. And I just love sharing our love story because I think it's a true test of faith. You can go through anything if you really love somebody. And if you're meant to be with that person, you can get through anything with them. So I just wanted to share this story with you guys and tell you a little bit about our wedding and our marriage and everything else that builds our foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. Whether you started with the trying to conceive vlog and family vlog, or you started when I was doing song covers. Thank you so much for just supporting me all along the way. And if you want me to do more song covers, I will, but I'm really trying to focus on the family and trying to conceive vlog because I want to support women out there who are struggling. But thank you for watching and have a great day.